Hello everyone, and I am here giving a quick update on what is happening with the Call of Duty series on my channel. As you probably saw earlier this week, I actually did a bit of a Modern Warfare 2 stream, and that was mostly because I was feeling very more in the terms of a classic style of Call of Duty, and with the aspect of the first Modern Warfare game being remastered, I wanted to go back and play one of those style games just to remind myself of where it was and whether or not I liked it a little bit more than the current style of game. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get rid of the Black Ops 3 stream. I'm going to do that on a weekly basis, mostly because I do enjoy the game, and two, I'm going to be able to find games in a quicker manner. If you do recognize one thing about the Modern Warfare 2 stream I did earlier this week, first of all, it only went an hour and a half, where I like to go about 2, maybe 3 hours for most of the stream content there. So that's one aspect that I can't really wouldn't really want to do that on a weekly basis for, because it just doesn't give enough time. And I was unable to find games at certain points in time where I had to continually leave lobbies, research, go in, and kind of sit in lobbies for a bit of time. And that's mostly because at this point, Modern Warfare 2 is still a very old game, and in the sense of the Call of Duty series. And not as many people play it, especially on the 360 side where I have it. Maybe if I had a PC, that would be a different story. That would be a different story altogether. But onward with that, like I said, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is definitely going to be here. I definitely felt that I wanted to go back and play a classic game. And I'm going to go off and say here and now, playing Modern Warfare 2 again was so much fun. It was my favorite Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, each year when I do get the Call of Duties, I will usually sell off the previous years when the next year's comes out. That's only if I'm going to end up getting the game itself, because there have been a few years where I've skipped it. I skipped Black Ops 2, and I skipped Ghost for the most part as well. So those were Call of Duties I had skipped, and then I got back with it with Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. But like I said, that gameplay style and Modern Warfare 2 was so much more fun to me, in the sense of it felt different from the other shooters out there. Like in Black Ops 3, it takes approximately 3 to 4 hits to potentially kill somebody inside of a close range sector. In Modern Warfare 2, for the most part, it's 2 hits, maybe 3, in most cases, depending on which weapon you're using at the time. And not to mention the whole aspect of being able to have shotguns as secondaries was another great touch that I liked as well. It just gave an overall feeling that you had the power to be able to get out of any situation, regardless of what weapon you had on you, because I have my primary, which is a rifle, but I'm in this up close situation where a one shot would be really, really nice. And wait a minute, I don't have to use like an overkill type perk or anything like that to do that. Good to go. And a lot of classes that I had over there did end up using the shotgun. So again, I've just always preferred that. Not to mention the aspect of the only way of getting infinite sprinting throughout the entire game was to use Marathon inside the Marathon perk inside of Modern Warfare 2, where if you sprinted everywhere in Modern Warfare 2 without that perk, you would eventually slow down like an actual human would. They couldn't sprint the entire time. Where in like Black Ops and these more futuristic games, you can sprint all over the place, do this, do that. It's just something that I actually feel is a little bit better in that sense of everything. So it brings me to the point of the whole Infinite Warfare thing with the whole aspect of the Call of Duty 4 Remastered being bundled in with the Legacy edition of the game. First of all, it did get a lot of backlash, and it honestly deserved to have that kind of backlash to go along with it. So, but I had to look at the trailer again and see with Infinite Warfare is like, would I potentially like this game and would I potentially want to play it? Multiplayer wise, you know, we haven't seen anything yet, so I can't really say I'll do it multiplayer wise. Now, campaign wise, the whole aspect of going into space and everything. Now, this probably goes back to a whole area of me being a Halo fan as well. That space battle scene, especially if you have complete control over the spaceship, is going to be amazing. At least it feels like it would be amazing in that sense. So that one little aspect there has got me amped for that potential of a game. And then, of course, the whole Call of Duty 4 thing, if you decide to get the Legacy Edition, that's probably where I would spend most of my time multiplayer-wise with everything there. So, in that sense, it makes it interesting to see whether or not to do it. And I mean, it's crappy that you have to bundle it with Infinite Warfare. If people just wanted Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, and the and didn't want to get Infinite Warfare, they wanted to just get one of them. That would have been a better way to go. But I bet you anything, when this was brought to the people at Infinity Ward and Activision, I bet you when they initially says like, hey, let's do this separately, but Modern Warfare 4, the remaster of Modern Warfare 4 was going to be $60. I bet you that was the initial plan before they bundled it with Infinite Warfare, where somebody had to talk them into that because they knew a lot of people wouldn't be happy with purchasing a game that has been so that was so old, that's only being remastered, wasn't being remade in any way. It's just graphically being remastered and going back out there as the old game again. So not many people would want that at $60, but I bet you that was how it was initially portrayed. So this way, though crappy, is probably still a better way than having to spend $60 on just a remaster of a game, and instead of, you know, spending the extra $20 that you would get it with the Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare. Again, not saying that I like the actual business practice, but probably better than the way that they initially had it in there to go along with. So that's just my thought process of where everything's going, Call of Duty wise. Like I said, I'm going to still be doing Black Ops 3 on a weekly basis up until the time of Infinite Warfare. If I decide not to get Infinite Warfare at all, or decide not to play Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare remaster at all, I'll continue on with Black Ops 3 because I do enjoy the game very much so. But I would say, in the terms of playing Call of Duties, the classic style of gameplay, in the terms of how many bullets it takes to actually get the kill, the fact that you can't sprint around everywhere unless if you have a particular perk or anything in that sense, just the overall feel of the game, it's just better to me in that sense. I like the classic style of Call of Duty versus the more futuristic style of Call of Duty. So that's just my thoughts and opinions on everything going down with the Call of Duty series, especially with Infinite Warfare. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy and have a great day.